The mind is a powerful engine, but right now, for most people, it's an engine running without a driver. It's just burning fuel, spinning its wheels, and going nowhere fast. That noise you hear, that constant, grinding, exhausting loop of what if and I should have, that's the sound of overthinking, and it is silently destroying your clarity, your confidence, and your capacity to act. Overthinking isn't a personality trait, it's a habit, a destructive mental pattern that keeps you stuck in the past or paralyzed by a future that hasn't even happened yet. It makes you second-guess your strongest choices. It makes you delay the actions you know you need to take. It makes you feel drained and scattered even before you step out of bed. And if you're serious about changing your life, about getting unstuck, about making smarter decisions and having real self-worth, then this overthinking has to stop. It has to be cut off at the source. This is not another video about managing your anxiety. This is about executing a complete 7-day mindset cleanse, a structured, step-by-step process designed to stop the overthinking loop and replace mental fog with 10x clarity. In the next 7 days, we are going to move your mind from being your greatest enemy to being your most disciplined and powerful tool. This cleanse is demanding, but it works because it doesn't just treat the symptoms, it rebuilds the foundation of your thoughts. You have the power to command your mind, and this is how you start.
Chapter 1. The Crisis of Clarity. Before we begin the cleanse, you have to acknowledge the scale of the problem. Overthinking is not just annoying, it's an active block to your success. Think of your mind right now like a browser with 50 open tabs. You hear all the noise, but you can't concentrate on any one thing. You're constantly worried about the opinions of others, debating past decisions, or catastrophizing future events. And all of that mental energy is being stolen from the things that actually matter: your work, your relationships, your health, and your peace. The cause of overthinking is almost always a combination of two things: fear and a false sense of control. You are afraid of making a mistake, so your mind tries to solve the problem by running it through a million scenarios. You feel like if you just think about it one more time, you'll find the hidden perfect answer. But the perfect answer doesn't exist. All that searching does is keep you in a state of inaction, where you feel busy because your mind is racing, but you are producing zero results. You are choosing the illusion of thinking over the difficulty of doing. The goal of this 7-day cleanse is simple: to make clarity your default state. Clarity is the ability to see things as they are, not as your fear tells you they might be. Clarity is the confidence to make a decision and stand by it. Clarity is the peace you feel when you know you are moving forward with purpose. By the end of this week, you will have a set of mental habits that protect you from the noise. It's time to close the tabs. Day 1. The ownership rule. The very first step of the mindset cleanse must be absolute. You take full ownership of every single thought that enters your head. Most people treat their thoughts like an unavoidable weather system. Oh, I just woke up anxious today. Or, that thought just popped into my head, I can't help it. This is a lie, and it gives away your power. While you cannot stop thoughts from entering your mind, you can absolutely control which ones you allow to stay and which ones you choose to entertain. Overthinking is simply the act of giving a destructive thought too much attention. On day 1, we stop the blame game. We stop blaming the news, your boss, your ex-partner, or your circumstances for your mental state. As we discussed in the Success Starts With You mindset, everything in your life begins with your ownership. Your anxiety is not something that happens to you. It is a state you are choosing to participate in by continuously entertaining thoughts that do not serve you. The Day 1 protocol, the thought log. Your practical action for the next 24 hours is the thought log. You will carry a small notebook or use a note app on your phone, and every time you catch yourself spiraling, debating, or overthinking a subject, you are going to write down two things. The trigger thought: what was the specific thought that started the spiral? For example, what if I fail the presentation tomorrow? And the ownership statement: a simple, factual statement that brings you back to reality. For example, I am creating this worry. The presentation is already prepared. I will only focus on the next hour of work. The key here is not to analyze the trigger thought, but to interrupt it with the ownership statement. You are training your mind to stop letting the thought run on autopilot. By documenting it, you take it out of the emotional, endless loop in your head and put it on paper, where you can see it for what it is, just a sentence, not a truth. This habit teaches your subconscious that you are the director of your attention. By the end of day one, you will be shocked at how many useless thoughts you habitually entertain. But you will have the raw data you need to start the next step. You must earn your clarity. Day 2. Command the mind. Yesterday, you took ownership. Today, we put that ownership into action by learning to command your mind to stop chasing useless thoughts, a concept central to mastering your inner world. If day 1 was about observation, day 2 is about interruption. Your mind, if left unchecked, is a wild dog. It will chase every squirrel, sniff every distraction, and bark at every shadow. When you catch a useless thought, you don't politely ask it to leave. You issue a command. You must establish yourself as the authority. The day 2 protocol, the mental interrupt. Whenever you find yourself spiraling, rewriting a conversation from 5 years ago, debating 2 different career paths simultaneously, or worrying about a future worst-case scenario, you must immediately execute a mental interrupt. This is a 3-part rapid-fire technique. Name it. Say silently or out loud, "This is an overthought." You are labeling the thought as separate from reality. This single act creates mental distance. Choose. Immediately replace the overthought with a focused, productive instruction. This is not a vague affirmation, it is a clear task. For example, if you're overthinking a job interview, the command is, "Stop. I will now spend the next 30 minutes researching the company's Q3 reports." Act. You must immediately, within seconds, physically move to execute the command. This is critical. The physical act breaks the mental loop. Your body takes control from your runaway mind. By executing the mental interrupt, you are teaching your mind that there is a severe consequence for chasing useless thoughts. It will be assigned a task. This reinforces the idea that your thoughts must be productive or they will be actively dismissed. You are training your focus like a muscle. You are not running from the thought. You are using the principle from how to control your mind for success to choose a superior, more functional thought to replace the toxic one. You are using a stronger thought to crowd out a weaker one. Do this 20 times today, and you will feel the control surge back into your life. Day 3. Honesty and self-talk. As you start to control what your mind focuses on, we now have to clean up the language it uses. The way you speak to yourself is often the engine that powers the overthinking loop, especially the kind of overthinking that tears down your self-worth. Overthinking about your ability, your character, or your potential is almost always fueled by lazy, destructive self-talk. Phrases like, "I'm just lazy," or "I always mess this up," or "I'm not built for this," are repeated so often that they become mental anchors, holding you in place. You have to stop this pattern immediately. As taught in Talk to Yourself Like This for just 5 days, the change begins when you replace that destructive language with something far more powerful: truthful observation. For the next 24 hours, whenever you catch yourself using a negative, identity-defining judgment, you must correct it with a statement of fact and an action-oriented instruction. Instead of, "I'm so lazy, I can't stick to anything," a statement of identity, say, "I am currently choosing comfort over consistency. I will now do 15 minutes of work to change that choice," a statement of choice and action. Instead of, "I'm stupid for making that mistake," an insult, say, "That action resulted in X. I will learn why and move on," a statement of fact and instruction. Instead of, "I don't have the discipline to follow through," a limitation, say, "I have not yet built the habit. I will use the mental interrupt now and execute the first step of my plan," a statement of process. Do you see the difference? The old self-talk kept you trapped in a negative identity, giving you an excuse for inaction. The new self-talk forces you to take ownership of your present choices and directs you toward a necessary action. This shift is everything. It reclaims your self-worth because you stop defining yourself by your feelings and start defining yourself by your commitment to action. Your self-talk should not be positive affirmations if you don't believe them. It should be accurate instructions. It should be the voice of a coach, a leader, a disciplined mind guiding itself forward. By the end of day 3, your inner world should already feel quieter, stronger, and far more honest. You are using the power of words to stop the emotional spiral and demand focus. This is the bedrock of true self-respect, the kind that enables you to value yourself first. You have completed the first half of the foundation phase. You have learned to own your thoughts, day 1, interrupt the useless ones with productive action, day 2, and clean up your internal language, day 3. These 3 days have been about building the internal walls that protect your peace. You have established the new rule: my thoughts must serve my goals, or they are irrelevant noise. However, mental clarity is more than just stopping the negative. It is the active choice and defense of the positive, the things that matter most to you. The next few days of the cleanse will force you to confront the external pressures and deeply ingrained psychological loops that pull you back into overthinking.
Chapter 9. The Anatomy of Self-Sabotage. Even with the tools you now have, the urge to overthink and self-sabotage will return. It returns not because you are weak, but because you are human, and the mind's default setting is comfort. Self-sabotage is simply the mind choosing the familiar pain of overthinking and inaction over the unfamiliar, necessary pain of discipline and growth. To keep the clarity you have fought for, you must understand the anatomy of self-sabotage and the 3 ways it tries to steal your peace. The 3 thieves of clarity. The comfort trap, the just wait lie. This is the voice that says, "You've worked hard this week. Just take a day off. You can start again tomorrow. The overthinking isn't so bad." This thief uses your desire for rest against your need for consistency. It tricks you into believing that one missed day doesn't matter, but that one missed day breaks your momentum and makes it 10 times harder to return to the disciplined path. The defense? The no-debate start from day 7. Your commitment must be non-negotiable. If you feel tired, you commit to the 3-minute rule or the single smallest action, but you never commit to 0. Discipline is not about feeling ready. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it. The perfection trap, the not good enough lie. This thief uses the search for the perfect answer to justify the spiral. It says, you can't move forward until you have all the information. If you just think about this complex problem for 2 more hours, you'll find the perfect solution. This is just overthinking wearing a suit of responsibility. It is a lie used to mask the fear of failure. The defense? The 2-question test from day 4. Expose the lie. Is the pursuit of perfection helping your specific next step? Almost always the answer is no. Accept the 80% solution and execute it with commitment. You sharpen your thinking by being consistent, not by being perfect. The comparison trap. The "they have it easier" lie. This thief is powered by external validation, which you are now working to filter. It says, look at that person. They achieved everything faster than you. You are falling behind. You must reanalyze your entire life plan. This is a massive, energy-draining loop designed to make you panic and throw out all your progress. The defense? The ownership rule from day one. Remind yourself that you only control your own effort, your own mindset, and your own choices. Comparison is the fastest way to lose the clarity of your own path. Your growth, your progress, your life, it all starts with you. Focus inward. Reclaim your time and energy from the lives of strangers. You must become skilled at instantly recognizing these three thieves and shutting them down with the specific tools you have learned. Every time you successfully defeat one of these attempts at sabotage, you reinforce the new strong pattern in your mind. You are proving that you are the executive and the old comfort-seeking habits are merely employees that you have trained to work for you or dismiss entirely. This is what it means to live with clarity, the constant, disciplined choice to reject noise and embrace the necessary motion forward. Chapter 10. The unseen reward of clarity. As you continue to practice the 7-day mindset cleanse, not just for a week, but as a new way of life, you begin to unlock the unseen rewards of sustained clarity. These are the deeper changes that transcend simply stopping overthinking. They become part of your identity. Reward 1. The integrity of action. When you stop overthinking, you build integrity of action. Integrity here does not mean morality. It means wholeness. When your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all aligned, when you say you will do something and then you do it without hesitation or debate, you become a whole person. This is where true self-worth is built. You stop needing to prove yourself to others because you have proven yourself to the only person who matters, yourself. This integrity is the power behind the principle that your self-worth is non-negotiable. You become someone that you respect. You are no longer living by other people's rules. You are living by the highest standard you have set for yourself. Reward 2. Emotional resilience. Clarity is the foundation of emotional resilience. When you are overthinking, you are constantly reacting to the idea of a threat. But when you are clear, you are only reacting to the reality of a threat. This difference is everything. The 60-second pause allows you to filter the temporary emotion and engage your rational mind. This means you stop reacting and start responding. You stop having emotional spirals when facing conflict, and you start seeing the situation as a puzzle to be solved. You can handle criticism, failure, and setbacks not as personal attacks, but as data points for learning and growth. This is the ultimate freedom from anxiety. You are no longer afraid of your own feelings because you have trained your mind to be your steady anchor in any storm. Reward 3. The flow state. The ultimate reward of clarity is the ability to easily enter the flow state. This is the psychological state where you are fully immersed in an activity, and the endless chatter of the mind disappears. Time warps. Work feels effortless. This state is impossible to achieve when your mind is full of noise, worry, and debate. By eliminating overthinking, you have removed the internal resistance that blocks the flow state. You become fully present in the task at hand. You are making smart decisions without effort because your mind is trained, focused, and unburdened. This is where your true potential is realized. Your greatest achievements will not come from struggle. They will come from the ease of your clarity and the momentum of your disciplined action. These are the gifts you give yourself by choosing to command your mind. You are no longer just existing, you are choosing to participate fully in your own life, moving from a life of confusion to a life of unwavering, powerful clarity. Chapter 11. The Long Game of Mental Mastery. The 7-day mindset cleanse is complete, but the journey to mental mastery is a long game. The key to the long game is consistency,
which means choosing the new pattern again and again until it becomes your habit, until clarity becomes your default. You have the tools. You know the protocols. The final step is to understand the nature of growth itself. It is not a straight line. There will be days when the old habits resurface. You will have days of doubt, days of procrastination, and days where external noise feels overwhelming. Your response on those days is the ultimate test of your new mindset. When you fall off the path, your mind will try to trick you into a cycle of guilt and failure. It will say, "See, I told you you couldn't stick to it. Why bother trying again?" This is the moment when you must deploy the most powerful piece of self-talk you possess. Stop the judgment. You interrupt the negative self-talk immediately. Do not call yourself lazy, a failure, or weak. Instead, state the truth. I have made an error in execution. This is a choice, not an identity, as learned on day 3. Commit to the smallest reset action right now. This is a 5-minute action. It could be sending the one email you avoided, taking one deep breath and applying the pause, or simply saying, "I am restarting my 7-day cleanse now, starting with the no debate start for the next 15 minutes." Embrace the pattern. You stop letting your past set the rules for your future. You remind yourself that strength comes from fixing the pattern, not from being perfect. You get back on track because you are now someone who shows up. You don't need to feel perfect to keep going. You just need to keep going. This is the power of resilience. It is the core of the success starts with you philosophy. You take ownership, you make the shift, and you show up again. Every time you deploy the PSP and get back on track, you reinforce the idea that you are relentless. You are not your thoughts. You are what you do. Chapter 12. The vision of your future self. To maintain this high level of clarity, you need a powerful magnetic vision of the future that pulls you forward. Overthinking happens when your present self is disconnected from your future self. You act small today because you don't truly believe in the person you are becoming tomorrow. The final element of mental mastery is learning to think like your future successful self. Your future self, the one who has achieved the success and clarity you desire, does not suffer from the overthinking that plagues you today. They are decisive, focused, and calm. To close the gap between who you are and who you want to be, you must borrow their mindset today. Whenever you feel confusion, pressure, or the urge to spiral, you must stop and ask yourself one simple question. What would future me, the disciplined, clear-minded version, choose right now? If your present self is debating two options, future me would choose the one aligned with their deepest value, e.g., growth over comfort, and act immediately knowing that action creates clarity. If your present self is overwhelmed by a large project, future me would immediately break it down and commit to the single smallest next step and ignore the total size of the mountain. If your present self is worrying about external judgment, future me would remember that their self-worth is built on their own actions and choices, not external approval, and would immediately filter the noise and focus inward. You are not waiting to become that person. You are choosing to act like that person in this moment. The way you see things is sharper